quit being a victim of time. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today we've got a really quick one for you. And I don't just mean quick in terms of time. I mean quick in terms of it's a very quick, simple idea, principle. But I know just hearing it myself, it has allowed me to look at things a little bit differently just since I heard it. And this was around Thursday or Friday, later last week, that I heard a conversation, and this was for the I believe it's called the Big Leap podcast. So the main star of the show is Gay Hendricks. Gay Hendricks wrote The Big Leap, which is a really good book. And I haven't read it yet, but I've heard so much good stuff about it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But he's got some great ways of looking at things, and sometimes just a little tweak in mindset can make the biggest difference when it comes to your life, because perception is everything. And if you can perceive things just a little bit differently, it would make a huge difference. I'm going to tell you about one little thing that I heard from him that changed my perspective a whole lot in regards to time and time management. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I wanted to remind you about brianjpombo.com/Amazon, which is the address for the Amazon Proof Strategy Session. If you're a business owner or you're an executive, you're looking to really blow past your competition, it's a great place to look. Because it's a chance for you to be able to sit down and talk with me, and I can help you in a very short period of time. I'm talking 45 to 60 minutes. We can sit down and map out a very specific plan on how you can overcome your competition. Go check that out. brianjpombo.com/Amazon. That link's in the description. Hey, I know it's a big long address, so go check. Just go click on the link or copy and paste it. Okay, so back to Gay Hendricks and his explanation of time. So he was talking with Mike Koenigs, and they were going back and forth on these different concepts of productivity. And one of the things he brought up was about time. And he said the worst thing you can do is to always say that I don't have enough time, or that, man, time just ran out on me, or this and that. And he says that, and obviously you're programming yourself when you're saying that, but you're doing it in a very specific way. And it's something that I've always considered. I've considered it, but not quite at this level. And he said, okay, when you're talking like that, for one thing, you're talking from a real scarcity mindset versus an abundance mindset. If you don't know the difference between those two, go watch my video on abundance and scarcity. But it's really about thinking that there's really not enough time, and there really is more than enough time for you to do what you want to do if you look at it that way. Because we all have the same amount. I mean, time is really it's an absurd concept to begin with, but we all have the same amount, and you have the time to do what you need to do. The question is where you put the priority on. We all have the same amount of hours every day and night. We don't have the same hours in a lifetime, but we have the same amount of hours from one day to the next. And it all depends on where you put the priority. And so when you say, I ran out of time, or this and that, and I just can't find enough time, and you use these statements over and over again, you've already put yourself in the role of being a victim. And that was huge for me. I'm like, oh, I never thought of myself being a victim. But it's true, because I do the same things. Even though I know better not to say that, but you get in a habit of saying those things. And then pretty soon you're in the victim status. Time is something that's happened to you. And like you've ran out of time, as if someone came and stole it. And as if you don't have a choice over where you put priority, and you're not taking responsibility for where you're putting your priorities. And it's time to take responsibility. You're not always going to know where the right place is to put your time, what you're filling your time with. You're not going to know, but it's no one else's responsibility. It may be someone else's fault, but it's no one else's responsibility other than you. So you got to take responsibility, and you got to say, I didn't prioritize for that. I didn't make the time to do that thing. That if you start doing that, I just started just being aware of it over this last half a week or so. And it's really expanded my use of time because I'm just looking at it differently. I'm hoping that helps. That's helpful to you too. It's not my idea. None of these ideas are my ideas. There's the things I get from other people, from the books I read, and the podcasts I watch and listen to. So there's a good one. Thank you very much, Gay Hendricks, for that one, because that little concept just opened something up in my mind, and you know truth when you hear it, and that's a really good truth. So hopefully that's helpful to you. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.